it's a plot to drop the IQ. Fighting amongst each other over rumors that don't like you. Prefer us trapped in melancholy with the wood ones of holly. Suggestions that obliterate to camouflage the folly. Attempted mental robbery, executed sloppily. The poppers see this mockery and walk the talk with me. Put the hands up to touch the Akasha, cause you know deep down there's something bigger than your wallet.
Sweet eternal balance of all that is good, true, and beautiful, friends. I'm not sure quite what went wrong in my mind just then, but I forgot how to do the show for a second. So glad to be with you tonight on this Thursday Middle Path episode. Super excited. I've had a wonderful day. I hope you have too. The sun has been out here today. It's been beautiful views of the mountains. We finally got through some like windy cruddiness. My chickens got to play out in the dirt and, just like ruffle around, and they're so cute when they do that. It's very fun to see it. I love when I get to go outside and be in the elements and not hate it. So spring is definitely here. It has sprung. And speaking of spring, we have one day of brightness coming up this Sunday. That is less than 3 days away. Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday is one day of brightness. And I'm so, so excited, as I always am. It never gets anything but better. It never gets anything but more and more uplifting and positive and fun. It's just so cool, and I just can't wait. And I just got from Phoenix a description of what he's going to be talking about, and that makes me so much more excited. Because as I've said many times, if you've ever been to any of the one days of brightness, we really don't talk about what we're going to do ahead of time. And so when you're at a one day of brightness and you notice, wow, everything that everyone's doing complements one another so well, and it's all along the same theme, and they're even bringing up the same sorts of details and points, that is by accident, which we know there are no accidents, but allegedly, the universe wants us to think it's by accident, right? It's not an accident, though. This is just how aligned these things are when we come together in this way. And so I'm going to read to you what Phoenix just told me that he is going to be doing. So just in case you didn't know, One Day of Brightness is a super cool event we do. It's virtual, it's via Zoom, it's recorded. So if you can't stay the whole time, you have to hop in and out. You will be able to go back to the parts that you missed. There are free gifts like Orgone books, free sessions, free consultations, free interactions with all of our master teachers and practitioners. And we have Catherine O'Shea. She's a gifted Tao practitioner and animal communication specialist. We also know she's just a spirit communication specialist. So she connects with Source and brings us so much healing. And anytime you get to spend with Catherine is such a huge blessing. We have Noriana Diesel. She is also a gifted practitioner. She does hypnotherapy, regression therapy, and she does somatic work. And so we're going to do some more somatic bodily trauma release. It's way easier than it sounds. It's actually a really nice shortcut to releasing some blockages. So come do that with us. That's going to be so cool. And finally, Phoenix Aurelius is our gifted wizard. And he's just amazing. He does alchemy, he does biodynamic farming, and he does IDF and radionics, and it's just so cool. And so he says this: I'll be offering some rather deep lessons on the elements, fire, air, water, earth, and ether, and how we can change our perspective of and our relationship to the elements in order to provide their healing and strengthen our archetypal connection with these basic astral building blocks of all creation. This work has the potential to change the way a person interacts with themselves and all of creation by not only being able to see and perceive the elements and their proportional composition in all things, but also knowing how to appeal to and work with these components individually to be able to make an impact on the whole. Wow. If that wasn't good enough, I don't know. I'm very excited for this. So I just got even more pumped up than I already was. I wanted to share that with you all so I can give a little extra brightness to the one day of brightness. There are some tickets left. So if you are sitting there going, man, I really want to go to that, come, go to it. It is 10 times, it's worth 10 times more than you pay for it, at least. It's an amazing day, and I can't wait. So that's coming up. We've got Dakota over in the Rockfin chat. Nice to see you, Dakota. Thanks for being here. Jasmine in the chat. Jasmine, thank you so much for the tip. I appreciate you so much. We always miss you when you're not here as well. Travis is here tonight. Hello, everyone. And we've got some people over in YouTube. We're going to, we are going to have to say goodbye soon, as Jenny B just pointed out. Jenny B, it's always good to see you. So come over to Rockfin. You know that we're going to be turning YouTube off soon. And Yeti slang, of course. that beautiful human is over there in the YouTube chat as well. Nice to see you all. There's some people on the other platforms. I'm not sure I can ever see you as well or as easily, but it's nice to have you here. And we are going to just look at a few things before we move into the number 108 and why it is so important and special, why it is so often repeated. Also, very excited about this. I got a bamboo top for mason jars, and now I can have any drink I want in my mason jar instead of this horrible cup that I had before. It wasn't horrible. It's just a long story why I hate this cup. It's got like a suction cup thing on the bottom so that it can't spill, but like your brain doesn't ever remember that because every other cup in the world you pick up in a certain way, and this cup you cannot pick up in that way. You have to go straight up, and so you end up spilling it. It's like the weirdest reverse psychology of the world. It's an unspillable cup that you spill more than any other cup. So very happy about my bamboo lid. So anyways, on rogueways.org, of course, the 1 day of brightness, spring equinox, the post is right here for you, so you can click right over and then easily grab your tickets. You can also go to the shop Orgone and Books, and it's actually there, even though it's neither Orgone nor books. Not trying to make it confusing, it's just the way things have to be for now. I also, of course, want to keep reminding you all of The Key. The Key of Transformational Healing is the newest book. This was the book that sold the most at the recent event I did up at the Body, Mind, Spirit celebration in Denver last weekend. I'm going to do the Body, Mind, Spirit celebration down in Colorado Springs next weekend. So it's 3 events in a row. We got 1 day of brightness this weekend and then another Body, Mind celebration next weekend. And so The Key is the biggest seller, and it's because it's the newest, perhaps, but it's also because it's the most powerful. I'm still just so amazed that this came to me and asked to be birthed through me, and that I was able to channel it through, and the content of it still blows me away. It really is the key to transformational healing, or of transformational healing. And it really is full of, it's like a guidebook to people who are ready to go deeper into their spiritual alignment and practices and understandings. And it's so short and beautiful. I have one right here. I'll show you how short it is. I emphasize how short it is because so many people are like, I don't know, I'm not into reading. This is like, it's 70 pages long, and it's like a decently good sized font. It's not tiny. So it's a quick read. So I'm very excited. One of the girls who bought a copy from me, she is actually, I want to work with her. I might be selling CBD soon because she does some high quality, very pure, organic CBD. And she told me all about it, and everything about it was like, this is exactly what I love. This is exactly what I want to support. And so I may be selling CBD soon too. But in the meantime, The Key is here for you. 1 day of brightness is here for you. And Brighter You is coming. Brighter You is coming right after 1 day of brightness. It's not the following week, but the week after, I think on the 5th of April, I want to say that Wednesday at least. If it's not the 5th, it's the 6th. And Brighter You is like 1 day of brightness extended out even deeper over 6 weeks. And 100% of people who have been a part of Brighter You have come out the other side being very much more in touch with their own spiritual skills and abilities, having come in most of the time not believing that they had them at all. Kind of knowing, kind of believing, because otherwise why would you do it? But just like most of us going, I don't know, not really. I'm not really connected to that. So Brighter You is meant to help you get to that point where you do know, you have experienced and you understand that you do have these abilities, and you also understand how to continuously for the rest of your life keep them going and developing so that you can offer them to other people is the whole goal. And you don't have to do that. But the goal is that you leave being able to and being confident that you could do that at some point. So super excited for our next session of Brighter You. We'll be in session soon. Jen Brewster's over in the Rockfin chat now. Nice to see you there. Yes. And so the other thing I wanted to share with you guys before we jump into the actual content, the 108 and its significance in the world in so many dimensions. It's like mathematical, scientific, astrological, astronomical, spiritually, and religiously as well. But before that, I just wanted to show you this amazing calendar because Dan of Cosmic Keys Podcast, what's up, Dan? Dan's awesome. Dan is a friend in real life, and he's an awesome podcast host as well. And he created all of this art. He's an astrologer by trade, and he created all of this art for his calendar. So each month is a different astrological sign. And he just did a really beautiful job on this. And he just sent me the calendar, and I was going to show you the calendar, and then I realized I could just show you it online here so you could actually see what I'm talking about instead of me trying to flip through it, and how much better is that? So, yes, so awesome. You can buy one today if you want. It is 2022 calendar, so we're a little bit into it, but it's worth it just for the art even. It's pretty rad. And so he still has those available. He's going to do more next year, and I just wanted to share it because he sent it to me, and I was like, this is so pretty. Thank you. So I wanted to share it with you guys too. Okay, and last thing. This has nothing to do with anything except that you may have heard me talking about I accidentally got a new phone recently, and it really was an accident. I went in because I was being really dumb, and I couldn't fit my new SIM card into my phone that they sent me. They sent me a new SIM card, and it's because I was trying to put it where the memory expansion chip goes, and I was like, whew, yeah. I really am not that dumb. I don't know. And I think it was just because my soul knew I would not get a phone again ever if I didn't have to. My phone was broken and not working most of the time, but I was just putting up with it because that's just who I am. So I went in to get them to put it in for me, and they were like, wow, yeah, it goes right here just like it's supposed to. And I was like, oh, but then it wouldn't work. And they were like, well, yeah, your phone's really, really old, actually. And they're like, actually, right now, for now only, if you give us your phone, we'll give you this brand new $900 phone for free. And I was like, oh, okay. So I got it, and it's, of course, 5G enabled, which, I mean, I don't know. I feel like all of our phones have 5G. I'm not sure, but because this one was, I am doing much better now about using my Spiro bag. So I'm holding this bag up because this is a bag from Spiro. Matt Landman, of course, makes beautiful and amazing EMF protection clothing and other things, and this bag is one of them. And so I want to share it because Matt's awesome, because his products are awesome, and because I test these, and I test them by someone calls me and I drop it into the bag while it's ringing and it stops. And then I leave it in the bag and they call and it goes straight to voicemail. So I know for sure it cuts off 100% of the signal. And therefore the radiation coming from the phone is what I'm most worried about, instead of what's going to it. I know what's going to it might just be around all the time. But so I now keep my phone in this bag, and it has a double bonus to it because, I should have been doing this all along. I was just really bad at it before. I had my bag around and I just rarely used it. But now that I have this, I want to. And so it has the bonus of also causing me to use my phone less often, which is a beautiful side effect because, man, I don't want to touch this thing as often as I do. And now I don't. I really don't. I have it in this bag most of the day. And taking it out and turning it back on is so annoying that I just don't as often. So I want to highlight this bag. Mine's yellow. He has all kinds of colors, and your phone can fit in it even if it's a bit bigger. I try to get the smaller phones on purpose, and it works. So do it. Grab yourself a phone bag from EMF Protection, Spiro EMF Protection Clothing.com, I want to say. And Sophia Smolstrom also sells them. And I haven't had one of hers or tested it, but I'm positive it works just as well. And she has different kind of fun designs. So if you want a more fun design that's not just a solid color, then you can go to avatarproducts.com and support Sophia. They both are making beautiful products that help your soul and heart and life and health. And so we're going to jump in now to the number 108. And of course, we'll do some practices today like we always do. And if you are watching still anywhere else, I love you very much. And now I'm going to say goodbye to you because Middle Path is Rockfin exclusive for supporters only. And I will see you there on Rockfin. Goodbye.